It is truly one of the most beautiful Christmas traditions we have in our area. This weekend will mark the 24th annual Drive-Through Living Nativity at Christ Lutheran Church in Conyngham on Main Street. And here to tell us all about it is Reverend Carolyn Hetrick, who is the pastor of the church, and also the coordinator for this big event, Jeremy Thorne. This is, I know it's always been labeled as like your gift to the community at Christmas time, and it's truly a beautiful one.
Well, thank you. It is our gift because we know that Jesus is the gift to us, God's love for the world. And so we take great joy in celebrating that gift with everyone. And we have 14 scenes that tell the story of the birth of Christ. When people come, it's a drive-through off of Main Street, and we'll be greeting you. I'll be there myself greeting everyone, as well as Roman guards. And you'll get information that walk you through the different scenes of the story of the birth of Christ, culminating with the Holy Family. And every year we're blessed that we have families with little babies who get to have that wonderful experience of portraying the Holy Family.
Oh, that's really lovely. I've been there many times, and it really does, give the season perspective, the true meaning of the season. And you said so many families have been doing it for years. Jeremy, you said you've been doing it for all 24. So do you remember how you started?
I started as a little kid. I don't know if I remember back that far, but I've played many of the roles there, and now work behind the scenes, coordinating the setup and volunteers and animal transportation and all the nitty-gritty good stuff, and that's what I enjoy most.
What do you think of the remarks you get when people go through? Are they like overwhelmed when they see what's really there?
I think a lot of people get overwhelmed. It is a lot of work for 2 days. We start preparing 2 months in advance. It takes over 100 volunteers.
Wow.
So I think people are overwhelmed, but it's a well-oiled machine, and it goes pretty smoothly.
Wow, that's because of the great work like you and all the volunteers. Reverend Carolyn, I guess you said there are shifts of people working at this because, sometimes the weather gets cold. We're hoping it's supposed to be sunny this weekend.
Every half hour we have a different shift of folks working. So people will be outside for half an hour and then they'll come back in to warm up. We have an entire inside crew that really doesn't get their story told but should, which is that we have a lot of folks who get everyone dressed in their costumes and they feed everybody and take care of us so that those of us that are outside can bring this story to life. And so we need to give them a little bit of a shout out as well because they're the unsung heroes on the other end of our production.
Do you have any idea how many people actually go through this each year? Do you keep count?
Typically, we get about 500 cars that will come through. And as Jeremy said, people are overwhelmed when they come through, whether they come every year because it's their tradition or it's the first time that they have come. One of the things that we have to remind people the most is that we don't take any money for the fact that we are putting on this wonderful opportunity for folks. What I tell people if they come through and they want to share out of their own sense of joy is to think of someone's life that you could touch and to take whatever you felt compelled to give to us and give it to bless somebody else's life with the joy of God's love. There will be fire police there to direct you because we do get a long line, so please be patient. Everyone will ultimately be able to get through, but just look for the line of cars and know that we'll be there to celebrate with you the birth of Jesus Christ, the joy of the season.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and to you. Congratulations on keeping this beautiful tradition alive. Again, it is the Drive-Through Living Nativity this Saturday and Sunday from 6 till 8 p.m. both nights, Christ Lutheran Church on Main Street in Conyngham. You will certainly want to make this a holiday tradition.